everyone, and welcome to another episode of Godsaul's Turnbuckle, the wrestling video podcast on YouTube. And audio-wise, we're kind of figuring everything out as it goes along right now. We've had some weirdness go down with everything, but we're not here to talk about that. We are here to do predictions today for NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3. Now, I am recording this on a Monday at this point, because usually the NXT Takeovers are 5 matches, and then they do like a recording for the next NXT show after the fact, to go along with everything. So right now they have 5 matches for the show. So I'm going to kind of try to do these reviews early, or not these reviews, but these predictions early. And if this is the video that ends up going out, this is the video that ends up going out at that point in time. So let's go right into it. First match, we'll go with the title matches going last. Typically how the NXT Takeover shows go are the non-title matches, then the title matches to follow up after the fact. So you have Johnny Gargano going up against Andrade Cien Almas. This match was made last week, actually, where basically story behind this is that Johnny Gargano wanted a match at NXT Takeover, and Zelina Vega accepted that match, or essentially challenged him to that match for Andrade Cien Almas. It'll be an interesting way to see where everything's going. I expect Andrade to go over in this match. One, his thing with Zelina Vega has just kind of started, playing this whole aspect that, you know, every time he tries to go super flamboyant or try to be entertaining or everything in that sense, exiting that focused mode in any way, shape, or form, she's kind of berated him for it, and we're seeing that more focused side of Andrade now. So that's kind of just started. I'm assuming he would definitely go over in this particular match, and in any and for any way, shape, or form here, because Gargano, like, they could start a longer feud with this one to kind of get Gargano to Tommaso Ciampa or something in that sense down the line. But, you know, the factor that they just started this thing with him and Zelina Vega, in the terms of her being his advocate, makes you feel like that it will be Andrade going over this match. So I'll be going with Andrade Cien Almas. So this leads us to the second non-title match of the night, which will be Aleister Black going up against Hideo Itami. I feel like this is going to be a fun match. I feel like this is a match that has every potential to steal the show. In some way, shape, or form, in the terms of their performance, depending on what they, how much time they're given, or what they decide to give us in this match. At this point, Aleister Black is undefeated in NXT, and I don't see a reason for him to not remain undefeated at this point in time. Hideo feels like they have him there as more of a person who helps put over, like, he's still big name star and everything in that sense, and he's helping put over more people going forward. Whether this means Hideo's going up to the main roster or going to be leaving the company soon, I don't know, but I'm expecting Aleister Black to go over in this particular match. So this brings us to the 3 title matches. The Authors of Pain, we'll start with the tag team titles. The Authors of Pain going up against Sanity. Well, you know, in the terms of everything, like, both of these teams here are really already ready for the main roster at this point in time. Both teams could definitely work up there in some way, depending on how they decide to book them as soon as they get there. We've seen what they can do with some of these NXT guys once they get to the main roster. Some it's been good, some it's been sad, in some way, shape, or form. But in this particular match, I feel like I really am just going to go with the Authors of Pain on this one. I see no reason to take those tag titles off of them. If they don't have a plan for them up at the main roster yet, unless of, like, whom I feel like the team who loses this match are going to be the ones who attacked Breezango, and they're going to start them on, like, the SmackDown roster as that. And Sanity fits the bill a little bit more with what they've been going with in the terms of who attacked them than the Authors of Pain have. Unless, of course, they debut the team on Raw, then it could be either one. But I'm going to go with the Authors of Pain winning this match and remaining in NXT for a little bit longer period of time, whether they come up after Rumble or WrestleMania. Usually it's after SummerSlam and after Mania that the roster call-ups happen, in the sense of people coming up in the terms of the bigger names going forward in the terms of the main roster coming up from NXT. So, with the tag team titles done and picked, we're going with the Authors of Pain. We're going to go into the NXT Women's title match being Asuka and Ember Moon. This is a tough call. This is really a tough call on this one. It was a little bit easier for me to try to call it in Orlando, where I went with Ember Moon in this match because you just felt like it was time. But they decided to keep going with Asuka, though Asuka did cheat a bit in that match to win that particular match. They have put Asuka down with the Eclipse, and I've yet to watch the NXT show. Obviously the NXT show this week, like I said, I'm filming this on a Monday. The NXT show for this week hasn't aired, so we don't know the final portions of everything going into it. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to call these last two matches, and this one in particular, because they have such an opportunity here, a real big opportunity with Asuka to have her have gone over everybody in NXT and Ember Moon a couple times in this one. She's beaten Bayley a couple times. She beat Nia Jax. She beat Nikki Cross. She beat Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. And these are all in takeover matches. And she beat Mickie James down there as well. They have this tremendous opportunity to try to bring up Asuka to the main roster, either with the NXT Women's title still intact, or that they have to strip her of that title as she goes up to the main roster and remains undefeated in some way, shape, or form. And that's what I'm actually going to go with here. My better judgment says that Ember Moon should just go over in this match, and then Asuka leaves, everything in that sense. But I'm going to go with the whole aspect of the potential opportunity of them building a story around Asuka, the fact that she was undefeated in NXT time during her NXT matches, and then coming up to the main roster, who's going to be the actual first person in WWE to beat her in some way, shape, or form. It will be an interesting way of going, and I'm going to go with Asuka in this particular match, though my better judgment says that I should be going with Ember Moon to go along with it. So we'll see how that one ends out playing off. I think this will be a good match, though, as well. Matter of fact, I feel like all these matches here have the potential of being really good matches. So this brings us to the main event of the night, which is Drew McIntyre going up against Bobby Roode for the NXT title. This is going to be an interesting one. Interesting on the note of how Roderick Strong is going to play into this particular match. Roderick Strong has a match with Drew McIntyre on NXT TV this week, and if he wins, he gets a future opportunity at either the title or at Bobby Roode. I'm not sure how that one's going to play off, because they play it off as that Roderick Strong doesn't fully care about the title. He just wants Bobby Roode right now. So you could say, he's going to go. If he ends up going over, it's like, well, they could obviously make this a triple threat, but they've kind of made it clear that it's not going to be a triple threat at the actual show. It's just going to be Drew going up against Bobby in this particular match. But I feel like Bobby Roode wins the title here. And this is in all fairness to Drew McIntyre. In the terms of his matches since he has come back, he has been really, really good. In the terms of his matches on NXT TV. His matches that he's been having outside of NXT, outside of WWE in general, like when he kind of reinvented himself after leaving his time in Impact Wrestling. He's had time in WCPW and other UK promotions to go along with everything to go along with that. He's really reinvented himself. But in the terms of building a story around Drew McIntyre, they haven't done much of anything. And this could be one way of going about it. And there's even a rumor going around that, Roderick Strong could lead a group of of people that were from ROH and almost have like an ROH group in NXT or something to go along with it, Ring of Honor guys, because you just had Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish show up. There's a rumor, and I think the news is actually fully on out that not Michael, but Adam Cole is going to be in NXT as well, in that side of it. So you're going to have all those guys in there, and they could play off into this match. I feel like they end up helping Bobby Roode in the end win this match, and it will be just interesting to see where they decide to go with everything, and we'll have a better clue of everything after NXT TV this week of where they're going to go with it. That's just kind of the rumor mill that they're going with. And also at this point in time, I just don't feel like it's time to take that title off of Bobby Roode yet. Like I said, they haven't really fully pulled a full story out of Drew McIntyre at this point in time. And they need to flesh him out a little bit more before they put that title on him at any given point. So we'll see where everything goes there. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything there. I went with Andrade Cien Almas, Aleister Black, the Authors of Pain, Asuka, and Bobby Roode. It's very heel heavy. Well, Asuka's kind of that in between. She's not really heel nor face. She's just whatever Asuka wants to be at that time, at that point in time. So we'll see how NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3 ends up playing off. I feel like the show's actually going to be pretty good. All these matches have the potential of being really, really good matches, and we'll see how everything plays off on that particular show, and where they're going to go with everything afterwards for that as well. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoy everything. I hope you enjoy NXT TakeOver. I'm hoping for a really good show on this one, and we will see you guys next time.